In the busy Takadanobaba neighborhood of Tokyo, a young woman was living a double life. Ordinary student by day, popular live streamer by night. Her name was Airi Sato, but to thousands of her online followers, she was known as Mogami AI. On March 11, 2025, her story took a turn that would horrify a nation and leave the internet world shaken. Airi Sato was only 22 years old, but she had already built a reputation as a charismatic live streamer. Her broadcasts were often lighthearted, featuring walks through Tokyo, chats about pop culture, and candid slices of her day-to-day life. People tuned in for her openness, her smile, and a kind of friendly vulnerability that felt rare, even on camera. On that fateful evening, Sato decided to take her followers with her on a walk along part of Tokyo's famous Yamanote line. Her phone was propped up, camera streaming to hundreds who watched her every move in real time. She passed bustling shops and stations, her voice describing scenes as she went, unaware that someone else was watching, up close and with dire intentions. Kenichi Takano was not just a stranger from the internet, he was 42 years old, and his name was already tied to Sato in a way no one anticipated. Takano had been a supporter of her streaming career, investing time and, crucially, a lot of money in Sato. Over months, he lent her more than 2 million yen, about $15,000, expecting someday she might pay him back. But their financial relationship soured, escalating from friendly chats to formal confrontation. Takano even took Sato to court when she didn't repay the loan, and he won. Still, she never paid, and the stress festering between the two grew with each passing week. March 11th was supposed to be a regular stream. Instead, it became the final chapter in Sato's life and a gruesome lesson about the dangers lurking in the online world. As she walked through Takadanobaba, Takano was following her movements, not just online, but in real life. Leveraging the details she shared on the live stream, he tracked her exact location. Takano found Sato and, armed with survival knives, waited for the right moment. What happened next was both sudden and terrifying. In the middle of the stream, viewers heard Sato scream, a chilling sound that signaled something terribly wrong. Within seconds, the broadcast cut off. On the street, witnesses saw Takano attack Sato, stabbing her more than 30 times. Most devastatingly, she suffered fatal wounds to her neck. Her life ended in the very moment she was sharing it with others. Takano, trying to prove a point or perhaps justify his actions, appeared to hold his phone up towards Sato as she collapsed. The public footage and statements from witnesses later confirmed the shocking violence. Police arrived quickly. Takano was still at the scene, his clothes stained with Sato's blood, and he was immediately arrested. They discovered 2 knives in his possession. He confessed to the attack, admitting that he stabbed her repeatedly, though he claimed he didn't intend to kill. The devastation was total. A young, promising life lost, a man's obsession turned lethal, and a live stream community left gasping in horror. As the details of Sato's murder began to emerge, so too did questions about motive, mental health, and the intersection of personal and online lives. The Japan public, especially those who followed online creators, was both shaken and deeply reflective. The financial ties between Sato and Takano were more than mere donations or gifts. Takano viewed his loans as investments, perhaps in Sato herself or her future as an internet celebrity. As Sato's popularity grew, the payback never came, straining Takano's patience and worsening his anguish. Winning the court case did not soothe him. In fact, Sato's continuing refusal to pay seemed to further provoke him. For Takano, watching Sato walk freely, loved by thousands, felt like a slap in the face. Then came the live stream, the catalyst that would turn a long-simmering dispute into an emergency. Takano followed every step, confronted Sato, and, in his own words to police, lashed out in a fit of rage. He insisted the murder was unplanned, that he intended simply to confront her about the money she owed. Yet everything about his actions pointed to premeditation, arriving with knives, stalking her during a public stream, and attacking after ensuring she was alone. Investigators quickly assembled the puzzle. They retrieved Takano's phone, which included searches for Sato's live stream and planning around her route. The knives were survivalist style, indicating he prepared for violence rather than a simple confrontation. Witnesses confirmed his immediate assault. The 30-plus stab wounds showed the attack's intensity and revealed his emotional state, fueled more by obsession and desperation than rational calculation. The live stream itself became key evidence. As hundreds watched, the feed captured Sato's final moments, not in clear video, but through her voice and the subsequent chaos. The feed abruptly ended as she fell, leaving viewers panicked and frantically posting for help. Clips from the stream were passed to authorities, serving as a digital timeline of the crime. Public reaction was intense. In Japan and overseas, viewers struggled with grief. Sato's fans posted tributes and calls for justice, but a deeper discomfort festered. If an online personality could be hunted and killed in broad daylight, even while sharing their life, what security could others expect? Commentators discussed the risks of parasocial relationships, the phenomenon where viewers feel intense connections to creators who do not personally reciprocate. In many cases, fans share money, stories, and time, all hoping for some form of bond. When this bond is based on money or unstable emotions, the consequences, as demonstrated by Sato's case, can be dangerous. Journalists called for reforms. Streaming platforms reviewed their security policies. Law enforcement warned creators to use caution when sharing locations and personal details online. But for Sato's family and friends, no policy change could erase what had happened. In the days following the incident, Takano was indicted for murder. He spoke to investigators, detailing his grievances, but little could be done to soften the reality. One violent act had destroyed 2 lives and exposed a new chilling risk in the internet age.